right, hello, and thank you for tuning in for yet another episode of TGIF Renegades.
Coming at ya! You got anything else to say?
No, I was just going to say I am Kenny, and this guy that couldn't shut up, and...
Oh, he made it! That's because last week, maybe Eddie didn't want to try out, but looks like I tried out for some hoops.
Yeah. Chad made it in the hoop.
Chad made it. Thanks, Chad!
So I'm Kenny, and this is Alex.
Basketball Jones, Alex.
Basketball Jones.
What's that from?
Space Jam.
Oh, yeah.
Basketball Jones.
Hey, that's a good 90s movie.
That is.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a special podcast review.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to take a moment to talk to our listeners, not you, Alex.
Oh, okay.
But I just wanted to say a sincere thank you for tuning into our show. Because in doing this podcast, I'm realizing there's thousands and thousands of podcasts.
There's a lot.
Yeah. Of all genres and anything you want to listen to, people are talking. And I just wanted to say a sincere thank you for taking the time to listen to us two drunk idiots talk about Family Matters and Full House.
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. But we have a great show lined up, a great episode lined up for you today. Our title is Body Damage Yourself Out.
Oh.
So
that reminds me of like a night I had in college.
You didn't go to college.
Well, when I went and saw everybody at college, I was like that guy that... I was like their pet. Everybody would go to school and... do their homework and stuff or whatever. What are you doing? Whatever. Learn. And I was the guy waiting for them at home just to get home.
Wagging your tail.
Wagging my tail. Waiting for somebody to just drink a beer with me. I was so happy when...
You were already a couple deep.
I was. I probably was. But I was so happy when, like, Megan or our good friend Matt would come. Oh, man, it was so fun. Anyway, I'm sorry. But body damage.
Body damage yourself out reminds you of that, though?
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to know. So with that said, Alex, it's time to crack open a beer and get into this. Because it is TGIF.
So it's obviously winter. I mean, it's been snowing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if people know where we're located at. I don't think we've ever said.
No, I don't think we've
said. So we're located in Michigan.
Yep. Southwest Michigan.
Southwest Michigan. And big thing, for me at least, is when it snows, I just leave my case of beer outside. It's like a fridge.
Yeah, free.
The outdoor is a beautiful refrigerator.
I guess.
So, but I mean, it got a little too cold.
That beer's a little slushy beer.
Slushy.
So, we're doing back-to-back weeks here of starting with Family Matters.
Oh!
So, let's get into the Winslows. Let's get up in the Winslows business. Or whatever.
What's your business? Your business. Do you know that song?
Oh, I do. I can't think of the...
Who sings it?
No, I can't think of it.
Is it Ludacris? Your business,
Yes,
your business.
Yes.
Man, we are beatboxing fools today.
Season 1, episode 7. So we're cruising right along. 7 episodes in. Body Damage is the title of this episode. Aired November 10th, 1989. The IMDb rating, 7.1.
What?
They hit the 7. This one's the first time they hit the 7.
Why don't we have a horn?
Who needs a horn? Cold open starts out with Urkel coming in from the living room into the Winslow's kitchen, where Harriet and Carl are sitting at the table. And Urkel is wearing a robe and a bath towel, and on his head... Oh, a bath towel is on his head, and he's wearing a robe. And he says, "Good morning." So Carl says, "What are you doing here, Steve?" He says, "The water is off at his house, and Estelle was nice enough to let him use her bathtub." Then he says, "Oops, forgot my ducky." And And he leaves. He goes back out of the kitchen, and Carl looks at Harriet, and he says, "Kids his age still use bath toys?" And in comes Steve with a real duck.
Yes.
And this thing's huge. Like,
it's a Pekin duck. So I actually have 2 Pekin ducks.
Okay.
The rest of them aren't, but yeah. So they're more like a meat duck. So they're big. They're
Okay,
big ducks.
right,
It's a big
yeah.
duck.
he comes in with a real duck, Mr. Quackers. And then he says,
name.
"I love Estelle's bubble bath."
Yes.
And that's the cold open. Then we get into
Yes.
the music. So now we're into the episode. We're in the Winslow's kitchen.
Hold on. Let me guess. Harriet's making something.
I think so. Probably.
Yeah.
Is she? I
Yeah.
can't remember. Okay.
Of course.
Right.
I mean, my goodness.
This
Can
lady-
anybody else? Does it always have to be the mom that has to make food in that kitchen?
Yeah.
And working too.
Yeah. Yeah. I keep forgetting she's not a stay-at-home.
No.
She actually does something with her life.
Yeah.
Unlike me.
Yeah, sitting here.
So, we're in the kitchen with Harriet, Eddie, Laura, and Rachel. And Eddie is setting the table for dinner. Do you think he knows which side the forks go on? Because I remember a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. No, he probably forgot.
My sister told me how she knows to put forks go on the left because fork and left have 4 letters each.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Tara, I love you. But that doesn't make any damn sense.
4 letters.
I would never remember that.
I'm never going to forget
Well,
it.
how many does
No.
spoons have in it?
Spoon has
5?
5. Right has 5.
So is
the
that how
spoon-
she remembers
the
that
spoon
too?
go on the right.
I mean, I'd love to know what Tara thinks.
Yeah. All right. But back on track.
Yes.
I'm sure Eddie figured it out.
Of course he did.
Laura says to Eddie she hears Janie Brown is having a big party since it's Friday night. But he can't go because he's grounded.
What? Is Eddie grounded? Like,
Yeah,
what
of
does he do that's so bad? He's such an innocent,
He
good
told the
kid.
truth about the report card.
Yeah.
He's a great kid. So Eddie says, "I wonder how long they'd ground me if I broke your arm."
Whoa.
Probably comments like that.
Yeah, physical violence.
Then Rachel tells Laura to test her on car repair because she's going to ace this sucker.
So now she's going to school
apparently, she's taking like an adult education course I
for
think she said.
auto care.
Yeah, but Laura asks what the steps for adjusting a carburetor are, and Rachel gets through the first 2 and then doesn't know the third, which she did better than I could ever do. Then Carl barges in the back of the door there, and he's all proud, announcing he's the police officer with the best safety record in the entire city, and he'll be driving in the Columbus Day Parade. And not only that, but
Wait.
he will be driving the lead car.
What is it again? He's the safest?
The best safety record.
What's that mean? You didn't shoot somebody?
I don't know what. Well, it's a driving thing. So, are other police officers reckless drivers?
My goodness.
Yeah. He brings them all outside to see the car that he'll be driving, which is an old-fashioned 1936 Ford police car. Rachel starts throwing out those stats. She's like, "This is a 1936 Ford police car. It's got this and that." Man, she goes...
Like, if that car, she's acting like that car is a dude.
Mm-hmm. Carl informs them the car was actually driven by Elliot Ness. And Carl then practices his parade wave. he's smiling. Yeah, he's good.
He's good at it.
And then everyone wants to take it for a spin, but Carl puts his foot down and he says that no one can touch it since it's an antique. I mean, that makes sense. It looked really old.
It's nobody. It's the museum.
Yeah, it's a museum.
Why they
car.
would trust him to take it home?
Yeah, exactly. Why not somebody from the museum drives it to the parade?
Yeah.
Anyways, well, then this episode wouldn't happen if that happened.
That's true.
So now we're new scene, and we're in the living room with Carl napping on the couch. Doesn't he have a newspaper on his stomach or something?
Yeah.
Do you ever fall asleep? My wife sleeps. Like, she'll be reading and fall asleep reading. Does Megan ever read? Does she read and fall asleep?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, she
with her
does.
phone or anything?
Yeah. And it makes me think, well, why the hell would I read then? You guys are falling asleep.
Exactly.
So why would I want to read a book or the newspaper? I just fall asleep. It's obviously boring doing that shit.
I agree.
So,
I'm with you.
Carl's making my point for me.
Yeah. Mother Winslow and Harriet come in as Mother Winslow is saying how proud she is of Carl for him being the safest driver on the force.
We're so proud of that.
Yeah. We should be nervous for the rest of the police
of
officers.
Chicago.
Yeah. But then she says she's who taught him to drive so safe. And Harriet says, I didn't know you could drive. Which, why would she not?
That's what I was wondering.
I was so confused by when I wrote that down. I'm like, wait a second. Did I mishear that? Because that doesn't make it like
Harriet thought her whole life. How long have you've obviously not known Mother Winslow that long.
right.
Like Estelle has never drove.
Yeah.
She thinks Estelle's never drove in her life.
Exactly. But anyways, she says that, and Mother Winslow says, oh, of course. I just gave it up when they lowered the speed limit.
Oh, well, okay. Let's think about this for a second then. So maybe we would have to look back to see when if the speed limit was high, and so maybe she quit when she was younger or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
She might have quit.
So.
But now Harriet goes into the kitchen, back to the kitchen, of course, and Rachel says they should go out and look at the police car. And Harriet doesn't want to at first, but then she finally says, okay, as long as we don't touch it. Then Rachel starts going on about how old cars are so cool with their own little quirks. And Harriet says, they're kind of like men. To which Rachel starts to agree, saying, some don't look like much, but they can really move. Then others are really flashy, but there's nothing under the hood. So I gotta ask, which one are you? Are you the one that doesn't look like much but can really move, or are you really flashy with nothing under the hood?
I don't think they mentioned me. I'm flashy with a bunch under the hood.
All right. I don't know. I mean, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm trying to comment on this.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. They go out to the garage, and Rachel starts going on about the car again. Now
Jeez, Rachel, calm down.
Yeah, she's just like, I love these cars. And she starts touching the front and talking sexually about it.
I was getting uncomfortable watching.
And Harriet goes, would you two like to be alone?
That's how I felt.
Yes. But Rachel then wants to drive it. But Harriet keeps telling her no. And Rachel ends up calling her a stick in the mud and convinces Harriet to ride with her while she drives once around the block.
Harriet does not do good under peer pressure.
No.
Obviously.
No.
Jeez.
But they hop in and start driving out while Harriet is still cautious, like telling her to buckle up and check the mirrors and do this and that. And Rachel's saying, come on, nothing's going to happen. They get out of view on the screen, which is just out of their driveway, and you hear
terrible audio.
Yeah.
On that.
But they back into the screen, and the front fender is damaged. They hit a tree.
I don't understand.
I don't either.
Oh, you'll probably say it here, but I'll say it first. So Harriet's like, that tree's been there for over 100 years. It's been there for that long? You know how big that damn tree is if it's been there 100 years?
Yeah. And yet
how do you
still hit
it?
Yeah,
she must have been drinking a shit ton of wine.
Yeah, maybe that's why she's talking so sexually too.
Man.
After they hit the tree, Rachel looks at Harriet and says, "Oh, are you in trouble?" and they argue for a bit for whose fault it was, Harriet for not stopping her or Rachel for driving.
Well, it's definitely Rachel's fault.
Yeah, obviously.
I love Rachel, but I mean,
that was dumb.
Yeah.
It's just dumb to try and blame Harriet.
You're a grown woman. Yeah. Harriet's just there,
And Harriet tried to stop her.
Yeah.
But Rachel's idea is to not tell Carl, and she'll fix it. because she's been taking this class. She knows.
All of a sudden, now she knows everything.
Yep. Harriet wants to tell him the truth, but Rachel again, third time, convinces Harriet.
Wow. What the hell does Rachel have on Harriet?
I know.
There got to be something.
Some blackmail involved.
Something. Man.
Yeah. Because she gets Harriet 3 times in a row there. But it's now nighttime, and Harriet comes in her robe, sneaks downstairs and into the kitchen, then out the back door, where Rachel is in full helmet, like coveralls, and she's welding with a blowtorch.
Yeah.
Where she got all this equipment from?
It's beyond me.
Yeah.
Do they give that to you in school? Like,
you know what? Going back to last episode, maybe she just opened the high school.
Yeah,
went to the high school and borrowed their auto shop.
Auto shop. Must have, since that high school is wide open.
They just leave it unlocked at all times. But Harriet frightens her by tapping her on the shoulder while she's welding, and she watches Rachel for a bit and annoyingly interrupts her several times, which was really it was one of those
stupid
bits where
it was annoying.
Yeah. But
I don't enjoy the interaction between Harriet and Rachel in anything.
No.
Not just this episode.
I don't really enjoy Harriet interacting with many people. I don't know. It's just I'm not a big Harriet fan.
Yeah.
I don't know. So Harriet's worried that it won't be ready in time.
Well, no shit. I would be worried too.
Yeah. But then down comes Eddie, wondering what is up.
Eddie!
He comes through the backyard, and Rachel asks for his help while Harriet leaves to check that Carl's still sleeping. So there was talk for a minute about Eddie's curfew being still 11 o'clock.
We are so on this curfew.
I know.
He's a teenager.
Yeah.
Come on. He's
15.
15. I don't remember when I was going to bed at that time.
No.
I was on AIM Instant Messenger.
Yep.
I was waiting for those doors to open on AOL Instant Messenger.
Oh, I forgot about it.
What's it, right?
Yeah. And you're like, who signed up?
Who signed up? You gotta look.
Or who signed on?
Oh, real quick, do you remember your
Well, I had a couple AIM names. Cageman was the last.
That
was the last one I had.
That's the one I remember.
Trash Humper was one. That was the big one.
That's awesome.
You had Blue
Ice.
Blue Ice. Yep.
Blue Ice 5648.
5648.
Yeah. I came up with it. This is unusual for me because I never drink a glass of water with ice. But
okay.
I had a glass of water with ice, and I looked, and I'm like,
Blue Ice.
Blue Ice.
Yeah.
That sounds great, because I can't remember my Instant Messenger name before that.
Yeah.
It was Blue Ice for a long time.
It was. But Eddie asks what he can do to help. And I love this part because she says, put these tools in the toolbox for me. And you remember she hands him like 3 tools, and he just turns around and throws them at the metal toolbox, and they like
make so much noise.
And he just turns around like nothing happened.
Like, Eddie, it's like 2 in.
Yeah.
Or so, whatever. I don't know what time it was.
Well, it was like 1 in.
Yeah.
But it was really funny. I cracked up at that. Just his face too when he throws it. He's just like, "Yep. What's next?" So now Harriet's sneaking back into the kitchen where Carl is looking into the fridge. And Harriet turns the lights on really quick to surprise him. She says, I'm really disappointed in you because you said you were going to cut the midnight snacking. And he makes up a lie that he was just checking that the light bulb isn't out in the fridge, but he's holding food in his hand. And then he looks at his food in his hand and he's like, I must be sleepwalking. And then he says, well, actually, I couldn't sleep because there's so much noise outside, and I need to check on it. And Harriet says, oh, it's just the neighbors having a wild party.
Steve's having a wild party?
Yeah, exactly. No, she said somebody else.
She did.
The Richardsons or I didn't write it down, but it was something like Richardson.
Those hillbilly neighbors causing a ruckus.
Well, then he says, it sounds like they're doing some body and fender work to me. He knows his stuff,
he knows
too.
his shit.
And Harriet says, no, it's that new heavy metal music.
That's it. What was there back then?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like headbanger music, I thought.
Black Hole Sun.
that was definitely not there. It would have been like Ozzy?
Well, yeah. But I'm saying that's what was...
Driving the crazy train!
Yeah.
Okay.
But now...
Yeah, I hear you.
Now Carl questions why Harriet was in a robe outside, which would be the first thing I would have questioned, too. Like,
true.
why are you coming from outside?
Oh, you know, just baiting around.
And she lies, saying that she just went to tell them to keep it down. And then in comes Eddie. Of course, Eddie comes in to ruin what's happening.
Gosh. So innocent, though.
I know. He doesn't ever... He's not meaning to cause problems.
No, this whole time he hasn't caused any problems. This whole series so far.
No. But Carl says it's 2 hours past his curfew. And what is he doing out? And Harriet quick steps in front of Carl. And she kind of winks.
Oh, it's the most disgusting wink.
I know. but she's trying to save him, and she's
he doesn't understand.
No, he doesn't get it, but she's trying to indicate that to go along with what she's saying, and she says that he's grounded for another 2 weeks and not to say another word. Go back to bed.
Mom!
Yeah, he's all freaked out, and the entire time she's still wink.
Yeah, it is surprising because Eddie doesn't say, "Well, Mom, that's unfair. Like, Aunt Rachel's out there."
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't.
I'm surprised he
blow it.
Went upstairs.
Yeah, and then everyone goes to bed. She kind of says something like, "Carl, go to bed before you get too mad about it." And it's like, well, oh, geez.
Well, he was eating a sandwich. So
yeah, he was fine. He was content. Now we're new scene, and it's clearly morning. And Rachel comes into the kitchen from outside, still in the coveralls, while Harriet dishes her out another cup of coffee. And she's like a zombie, a pissed off zombie as she walks in. And according to Harriet, she has about maybe another hour to get the car done before Carl's up. And Rachel says,
"Which is crazy because it was already morning."
Yeah, it was bright.
Yeah.
In the kitchen, which Carl sleeps in that much.
Yeah,
on parade day.
On parade day.
But Rachel says, "You better put another pot of coffee on." And Harriet asks, "Regular or decaf?" And Rachel goes, "What do you think?"
Oh, no.
It's the worst. It's the scariest yell.
Scariest, terrible,
shrill voice.
Yeah.
And Harriet's like, "Maybe I better do decaf."
Yeah, I would have.
But down comes Eddie, asking his mom to sign something. It's a confession saying he had nothing to do with this, which is actually the smartest thing Eddie's ever done.
Yes.
He wants written evidence that will stand up in court. Wow. So, yeah. Wow. So, I mean, that's how pissed off he thinks Carl's going to get, which...
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah.
But she signs it, and in comes Carl, dressed and ready to go to the parade.
He's looking sharp.
He is looking sharp. And
yes, he is.
He's got the hat, in his armpit. He's looking...
I mean, he should look sharp because he is the safest
driver on the force. Yeah. So he says he wants to be up early since he's the lead car. That's what we were saying. Yeah. It's late in the morning. He'd be up. But she says he can't go yet. He has a loose button. And he looks all over. He's like, "Where?" And she quick rips one off his shoulder.
Yeah,
and he's
I didn't even notice.
I know. Didn't you feel that?
Jeez.
But he looks all confused, and Harriet tells him to have his mother sew it back on. And
still, just sew it back on for him.
Yeah. Harriet now runs out to Rachel to tell her to hurry up, and Rachel asks that they stall Carl. She's not ready yet, and she frantically starts washing some crap or whatever. And Harriet rushes into the house where all three kids are now in the kitchen, and she tells them all that she and Rachel smashed the car and she needs their help. And Laura, I can't stand this.
Right now, I can't stand this, Laura.
I know. And she tries to leverage this for a new bike and asks Judy what she wants. And Judy says, "A pony."
A pony! Oh, yeah, okay, forgotten child.
Yeah. And Eddie says, "You guys, this is a family crisis. We need to pull together. I want a dirt bike." Why even say that beginning part?
What's he going to do with the dirt bike in Chicago?
Yeah. Is there a lot of dirt?
Judy wants a stupid ass pony.
Yeah.
What did Laura want?
Bike. That makes sense.
Oh, okay.
In comes Carl, ready to go now. But Laura hops in front of him, telling him he needs breakfast. He looks a little frail. And
that's a red flag right there. Something's going on.
Yeah. So Harriet kind of says, don't stall. And Harriet asks if he wants coffee. And he says no. And Laura and Judy say their tonsils hurt. And Carl's not buying it because Judy just got hers out 2 years ago. And Judy's like, oh, my foot hurts.
Yeah, this is so terrible.
It's so stupid. And Carl asks, what's going on around here? And they all say, nothing. Except Eddie says, there's nothing wrong with the car.
Come on, Eddie!
Now, this was his time where he screwed up.
Screwed up.
The other ones where he just walks in. He's just walking in. But this one, no.
He messed up.
And Carl immediately runs out the door. And by the garage, the car isn't where it was earlier out of the garage. The garage door is closed. And Harriet jumps in front of the garage door now, and she says, I just want you to know that I love you, and remember, you love me too. And he opens the garage, and Rachel's in there. No coveralls anymore, just nice clothes. Not nice clothes, but
regular day clothes.
Yeah,
street clothes.
Yeah, and she's cleaning a squashed bug off the car. Just trying to help.
Those headlights. Yeah,
you gotta have the car looking perfect.
Wow.
And they all say, have a nice time at the parade, and they're proud of him.
He's so happy he's leaving.
He's basically whistling. Yeah. And he starts up and drives off.
Yeah.
All's well that ends well. But we go on to the new scene where everyone from outside is walking into the living room. And Harriet thanks Rachel for her work, and Rachel says they're sneaky good. While Laura says, Aunt Rachel is setting a bad example for the kids. Then Laura says, but there's still a matter of a bicycle and a pony to attend to. Eddie chimes in with the dirt bike. And Harriet says, after all I've done for you, I would think you'd do the tiny thing for me without expecting something in return. And Laura says, well, Mom, you were wrong.
Damn.
She's so sassy. But then the doorbell rings. As Rachel says, they shouldn't be blackmailed. There's no evidence that there was ever anything wrong with that car. And she opens the door, and in comes Carl with the front fender in his hands. Or over his arm, I guess. He says he's going to the parade, but they better get their story straight, because when he gets back, he plans to do a lot of yelling. He's so awesome.
Did he look at Eddie too?
Yeah,
he
kind of pans to all of them, but I think he's thinking it's Eddie.
Yeah.
And everyone, after he leaves, everyone's kind of looking at each other. And commercial. So now we're all nervous. After the commercial is over, everyone's coming in from the parade into the house. Okay. And they're all talking about how upset Carl looked. And that they're in big trouble. And Eddie's all smiles with his piece of paper. He says, well, I have written proof that I had nothing to do with it. But Rachel says, it's entirely my fault, and then I'll take full responsibility for all of it. No kidding. Yeah, I mean, I guess the lie part, that's...
Still, come on. Just...
Yeah.
Man, Carl must be...
He's probably,
off camera?
He's a jerk. We catch him in his good moments, I guess.
Yeah.
But in comes Carl, and he's pissed. You're right. He's looking at all of them, shaking his head.
He does Carl always does the wobbly head thing,
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And with his hands on his hips.
Oh yeah.
And I love it.
He's looking at them. He's shaking his head, making eye contact with everyone. And he did lock on with Eddie for quite some time, and they are all like pissing themselves.
Yeah.
Like they're scared. And Harriet quick explains it's her and Rachel's fault. They shouldn't have driven the car behind his back and fixed it and brought the kids into it. And she says, you can't understand how sorry I am. And Carl says, oh, Harriet, I really wanted to yell. And then Rachel apologizes too. Then Laura and Judy apologize. And Eddie rips up the note and says sorry. So I would have still held on to the note just in case things go south. But Carl explains that the going behind his back is what really upset him. Not that they wrecked the car. And they say it will never happen again.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And Carl says, remember, we're a family. And here's where we cue the sentimental music.
Oh, boy.
And Carl goes on to say, your problems are my problems. And I can't help unless you tell me about them. Okay?
Wow.
And they all say they'll stick together from now on. Just like that, you know. Remember, we're a family, and we just gotta talk it out. Talk out your problems. But Carl then asks, who fixed the fender? And Rachel says that she did. And he says, you think you can do it again?
What?
Carl says, after the parade, he accidentally backed into the Sons of Italy float. Which was so stupid. What kind of parade is this?
What's the Sons of Italy?
Sons of Italy. I don't know. I didn't think to look it up. I should have.
I guess I should have been reading books like our wives and falling asleep. I would have learned something more.
Exactly. And Rachel goes, well, I'll get the torch. And they all laugh. And that's the end.
That's the end. I don't know how this episode got a 7.5.
I know. It wasn't that. To me, this one was not. I liked last week's. I liked last week's with Will the Thrill.
Will the Thrill Morgan.
I like that one better.
Oh, real quick.
Okay.
Kindergarten Cops was on.
Oh, so
and I saw Will the Thrill Morgan on there. Oh, I was so excited. I didn't even call you and tell you or text you about it. Man.
All right, so a little trivia here.
Oh, I love my trivia.
Yep. This isn't crazy great, but first trivia is this episode's original cold open. Because remember, I said a few episodes back, Urkel is being in reruns. He's being kind of sprinkled in to bring audiences the true essence of Urkel. But the original cold open involved Eddie, Laura, and Judy deciding which cleanup job they'll do. And that
is really boring.
Yeah, that was really boring. So I'm sure that cold open was nothing compared to Mr. Quacker's.
Yeah,
and
that's funny.
And the hee. So also the other trivia is Elliot Ness.
Oh yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know, he was a real Chicago prohibition agent, and he is most known for his efforts in taking down Al Capone. He was part of a group known as the Untouchables, and there have actually been books and movies and shows named because of the group that Ness started.
Yeah, I've watched them.
Have you?
The Disney movie.
That's The Incredibles, isn't it?
Yeah,
maybe
same thing.
Maybe
right?
they got the
Incredibles
off of the
Untouchables. Oh,
but the more important part of Elliot Ness's history, for our purposes, is that the Great Lakes Brewing Company, which is like a Cleveland-based brewing company, but since we're in Michigan and the Great Lakes is like literally in our backyard.
Yeah, they had a couple of their beers.
Yeah, good beers.
Yeah.
They named a lager after Elliot Ness. It's
really?
Elliot Ness.
Elliot Ness lager?
Yeah, I think it's an amber ale. I think it is. And I will tell you, I went to 4 liquor stores on my way here.
Oh, just to find it?
Just to find it.
For me?
Yes. But I came up short.
I was looking around. I'm looking around the studio / camper. And I'm like, where is more beer?
Yeah, no.
And, okay. Cue the...
Yeah.
Music. Wah, 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 wah. Music.
Yeah, sorry. I came up short in my... I almost...
Like you usually do.
Oh, boy. Yeah, so another time, maybe we'll enjoy an Elliot Ness, but...
Yeah.
Not anytime soon.
Yeah, we'll have... I'm die hard about this now. I want some Elliot Ness beer. We're going to find it.
Yeah. Anyways, what is in the mind of Alex in this episode as you chug your beer to get your mind rolling here?
So, you, my friend, missed out on a huge part here.
I don't think I did.
Huge. Okay, so this is the Columbus Day Parade. All right? It's in October.
In October.
Okay, so obviously this is an outdoor kind of episode.
Oh.
It is like summer out there in Chicago.
Yeah,
It's
you're right.
summer in Chicago. It's October.
Yeah.
There should be fallen leaves. There shouldn't be like rose bushes and everything green as could be.
That's true.
They screwed up.
They did. They did. Because even at night, I mean, they're working through the night. It's 1 a.m. and Eddie comes out in a t-shirt. Yes.
I mean, okay, it could be a warm fall day.
Yeah.
But come on, it is not that nice out.
No.
I mean, oh my gosh.
No, that was... Yeah,
So
you're right.
oh man, I did the old yes, you know.
That you found it?
Yeah,
That you found
yeah.
something that was
Oh man, I was so excited. I was pumped.
cool. Those are always good
Yeah,
moments.
that's been on my mind the whole
Yeah.
episode.
Damn it,
I was
saying it was
you were
Columbus
missing
Day.
it, and I'm so glad that I had it.
I'm glad you thought of that. Though.
Yeah,
That's good.
that was on my mind the whole time. So
All right.
and also, where's Estelle?
Yeah.
Like, what?
She
They
was
lock her in the room?
Yeah, and she was so proud of her son, but she didn't go to the parade.
Yeah, yeah.
Is she a frail old woman? Are we not told the true story that she's on like a ventilator in her room?
Yeah. She can only be off the ventilator for like an hour
Yeah.
or
For
like
her
10 minutes.
For her little one-liners
Yeah.
and stuff, and then she's got to go.
I swear, I thought she had more of a thing than.
I know. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's all I got in my mind.
All right.
And I nailed it.
You did. That was good.
I
That was good. I'll give you
I was happy.
I'll give you an
Thank
applause
you.
on that. So the next episode for Family Matters is called Mr. Bad Wrench. Now that's a good follow-up
It
to
is.
A Broken Car.
Yeah.
Mr. Bad Wrench.
Yeah.
Sounds like
More
somebody's
automobiles.
either automobiles or more crap that needs fixed.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which-
you're right. More
which,
crap.
As you get older, you realize it's actually true life. Everything needs to be
breaks.
fixed. And as me and my dad always say, if my sister's around, everything needs to be fixed. she breaks everything. But that's
Whoa.
that's not actually true. But it seems to be coincidental that it happens a lot. Oh,
I don't think your sister Tara ever does that. I'm on Tara's side.
quit sucking up. Get out of here. Just because she helped you pass high school.
Yeah,
doesn't mean
real
anything.
quick. Okay. My mom was going through some old shit in the basement.
Okay.
She found I had to take an online English class.
Okay, sure.
For everybody because I'm not that great. So my cousin Tara, Kenny's sister, helped me out.
Okay,
So I found my mom found all the paperwork for it, and I was looking through it. I'm like, looked pretty good, but I think Tara wrote it all, so that's why it looked pretty good.
I'd believe it.
Yeah, so
That's awesome.
so yeah, I forgot Tara did help me pass high school.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tara.
Now we're in Chicago, but we gotta hop into the old Elliot Ness
Oh,
1936
yeah.
Ford antique police car.
I'm not driving it. I am not driving it.
You're not gonna be on the hook for any
No,
Benson.
you can drive it. Man, we're gonna look like badasses.
We are in this police car.
You think it's gonna make it the whole way?
Probably not, but we'll see.
that's all right.
We'll get
The
there.
museum's gonna be really pissed that
Yeah.
we racked up some miles on it.
Yeah, it's gonna
That's
be a
all right.
while. We could maybe find a liquor store, and maybe we can say we have Elliot Ness's car. Can we get some Elliot Ness beer and drink it on the way to
gosh.
San Francisco?
You're great.
This
That's
is great.
Great thinking.
So we're gonna hop over to San Francisco for a little Full House.
Woo! All right. What do you think? Are we gonna be able to park it in the garage?
Now the motorcycle's in the garage,
Shit. I hope nobody takes that.
right?
And hopefully it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's pretty hilly though. I hope did you put the emergency brake on?
I got it on. I
Okay.
got it on.
Okay. All right.
And a block behind the tire.
Okay, good. Well, then I could crack open another beer
All
since
right.
we got out of the vehicle now.
Here we go.
So what do you got in store for me at the old
All right.
Tanner home?
Full House. We got season 1, episode 7. Title is Knock Yourself Out.
I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Who sings that?
I can't even think. I'm horrible with artists.
Okay,
Who is
whatever. I don't know.
No,
I thought you
know.
No.
I thought you did.
No.
All right. So Full House, Knock Yourself Out. Date October 30th, 1987. You would think this would be a Halloween episode.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm gonna crush your hopes and dreams right now.
Are you sure? Is Joey in it?
Joey's in it.
His face is scary.
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah. IMDb rating is a 7. So just slightly under.
Family Matters beat him.
Yeah. It's only the second time. I got my chart.
Okay.
I got a chart.
We need to get a big chart in here.
I got to print it. I have it on my phone.
You need to print it out.
I got to get it weekly posted in here. There's no cold open again. It's just the music and Danny throwing a football and having a hilarious conversation with someone. You know, when he shows Bob Saget, he's throwing the football and he is going on and on.
Did you? Oh, I was going to tell you. When they do the rolling bit, that's not Bob Saget.
What?
Yeah, that's the other guy.
Are you sure?
It was late at night when I watched, but I'm pretty positive. And I did not feel like rewinding it.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna pay attention.
Pay attention. I got you on your toes.
Yeah. So we open the episode in Michelle's room, where Danny is actually doing something with his baby for once.
For once? Oh.
And he's all dressed up. He's got a suit on. He says he's getting a tryout as color man for the big fight.
He loves boxing.
I know. I would never have
boxing.
Does he love it more than fishing? That's
No.
Yeah, I don't know. But he asks Michelle to wish him luck, and she isn't impressed because she's a baby. But she says Dada.
Now she can talk.
During that little thing, she goes, Dada, which last episode, he was trying to get her to say Dada.
Oh, okay.
And now she's all in Dada mode now. And so we're downstairs, and now we go downstairs into the living room where Jesse's playing his guitar, and he's working on a new song. Danny comes down, and Jesse says he has the perfect lyrics for this tune. And he sings it to Danny. You left me for another, walked right out the door. I thought that you loved me. What good is my heart for? Then Danny comes in with, on top of Old Smoky, all covered with snow.
But in my mind, it goes to the Meatball song.
Oh, yeah.
How does that go? All covered in cheese.
I dropped my old meatball. I can't think of the rest. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay,
I got it.
That's where,
yeah. No, I think that's a take off the same song.
Okay.
So I think, but Jesse looks all upset because he realizes he just copied the tune from Old Smoky song there.
Yeah, right.
But in comes Joey now in a robe with oven mitts on his hands. Oh, he's boxing it up.
I was gonna dress up as Joey.
Oh, were you?
But I don't have a robe.
Oh,
the wife has a robe.
Okay,
but
could have worn her robe. Is it a low cut or
it's a low cut?
High cut?
It's a high cut, and like if I'm gonna take this serious, you don't wear clothes underneath the robe, right?
Well, boxers do.
Oh, I guess you're right.
But you have to wear. But onto your studio versus camper, it's a camper. And it's cold in here. Yeah. And you would be in shorts and a robe.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. With oven gloves on, though, at least. Yeah. So my hands would have been warm.
But anyways, Joey pretends to box Jesse for a minute before Jesse leaves and, like, smacks him on the head or whatever. They do a little...
I did to you.
Damn it. You did too. But Joey goes over to Danny and he's telling him how proud he is of Danny, saying ever since Danny was sports editor of their high school newspaper, he always had that dream. And Danny says, the one about Sharon Campbell? What? And Joey says, no, not that dream. Every guy had that dream. Wink, wink. And No, he says, your dream of making it as a sportscaster. Danny tells him that his dream of being a comedian will come. Like,
why are we always hyping each other up?
I don't, well, and everyone's got to say it to Joe. Like Jesse sucks as a musician.
Yeah.
I mean, not really, but in the show so far, he sucks as a musician. Joey sucks as a comedian.
Yeah.
And Danny maybe sucks. I don't know.
Ends meet.
Yeah, pretty much. But Danny says, one day, I won't be the only one who thinks you're funny. And they laugh. They share a good laugh.
Well, he's probably like, one day I won't be the only one that makes money in this household.
He goes all Carl on him. Down comes DJ and Stephanie telling him to wait because they have a surprise for him. It's wrapped, and they go to hand it to him, and Stephanie says, it's a tie! And DJ gets all pissy about it. All DJ / Laura. They're like the same character at this point.
Luckily, they get better. But.
Yeah. He opens it, and it's a tie. He says he'll wear it tonight for the match. And then Stephanie hands him what looks like a rock, maybe?
Yeah.
And he acts surprised.
I always thought it was a belt buckle.
Yeah, it looks kind of like it. But he has no idea what it is.
Yeah.
And she says, try it on, Daddy. And he's clueless as to where this this thing goes or what this does.
Shit.
Yeah, it's horrible. And DJ quick saves them and says, isn't that a cool tie tack, Dad? Which tie tack? I mean, of
it's
course,
the biggest, ugliest piece of shit. Like, she spent 2 seconds in art class making that for Dad.
I remember making crap for my parents, though, too.
I do, too.
It was horrible, because I hated art.
And they had to act like they liked it, just like Danny.
Yeah. So, Danny says to DJ, God bless you, because she helped him.
So, since it's almost your birthday, I got a little present for you.
Oh, gosh.
Huh?
All right.
Huh?
Am I opening this now?
Yeah.
Is it going to be another strawberry with whipped cream?
No, it's better. Huh?
A golden tie.
Huh?
With a bowling tie tack.
Yeah, I mean, what is it, like a 175 game?
No, 75 pins over your
average.
Over average.
Over
that's a nice tie.
Yeah.
That's a nice golden tie. That it's been a while because I'm stay-at-home dad these days, but I can quick put this tie on right now.
Yeah, I mean it's my only tie I have in my house, so I figured you could use it.
Yeah, there we go. And that's probably your only bowling medal.
Yeah, it is. My only tie tack.
There we go.
Wow, you look great. Man, you look like a whole new person with it on.
I look like Danny.
You do? You kind of do look Danny. Wow.
All right.
Well, you're welcome.
Well, thank you for my early birthday gift.
Yeah.
My birthday is this coming Monday. So
yeah, it's only, I'm only a couple days off.
Right.
But I mean, I was so excited to give it to you. Just like Stephanie.
Yeah.
And at least my tie tack isn't so shitty.
Yeah.
Actually, I think my tie is better too. It's gold.
It is. That one was it red? No, he was wearing a red one.
No, it was like a plaid. It was striped.
Yes.
It was striped.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as cool as that gold ass tie.
Yep. Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome.
I love this. But in rushes Jesse, saying he finally has it. He starts playing he sings the same lyrics in a different tune. So let me find the lyrics.
What are these lyrics now?
All right, let me get the tune in my head. You left me for another, walked right out the door. I thought that you loved me. What good is my heart for? And then this land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands. Danny kind of waves to him as he leaves the house. So stupid.
This land is my... Wait. This land is your land. This land is my land. Woo! From California to the New York Islands.
That's all I got. I don't know the rest. Yeah. That's all they sang.
Yeah.
So, but
we are... You know what? I feel like this episode is really musical.
This is a great musical.
Should we start doing musicals?
We should. We should
musical
come up
podcasts
with a, yes.
on Full House today. Like that? Should we be like that all the time?
Maybe.
All right.
We can work something in the future here.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do a musical podcast about it. Okay.
Has there ever been a musical podcast based on Full House and Family Matters?
Guarantee not. So we're gonna freaking do it.
It might take us a couple of years, but we'll get there.
We'll get there. Darn it. Somebody's going to steal it now.
Yeah. Now they're going to hear this, and they're going to quick start a podcast about it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Rights reserved.
Yeah. Copyright. 2021.
TGIF. Renegades.
Let's get back on track. New scene, as some time passed, Uncle Jesse is rushing to grab snacks, and he yells to the girls to hurry up. Well, you like this scene?
Yeah, I do.
Their dad's almost on the TV. There's a whole bit about Uncle Jesse trying to grab snacks.
As in cowboy boots, by the way.
Was he in cowboy boots?
Yeah. You didn't hear him clunking around?
I guess I did, yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Who wears shoes all day? Do you wear shoes all day in your house?
No.
I know, I feel like they do all the time.
They do all the time.
I don't either.
Megan wears sandals quite a bit in the house.
Does she?
Yeah.
That's kind of...
Screw that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to wear anything on my feet.
Mm-mm.
Like, I don't even like wearing shoes outside. I'd rather just be barefoot all the time.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes.
You're one of those guys?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Uncle Jesse likes to wear cowboy boots in the house. Anyways.
Are we going to skip through this whole scene?
No, but the girls keep yelling down to not forget the ice cream. He runs up and gets the ice cream, or runs over and gets the ice cream. And he's coming back. And the bowls. He runs and gets the bowls. And the spoons. He runs and gets the spoons. And the licorice. He grabs the licorice. He comes back and then the red licorice. He runs back, puts the black down, grabs the red. And fruit and milk. Am I right so far?
You're right so far.
And so his hands are entirely full.
Yep. He has the grapes in his mouth.
Yep. And he's right by the stairs, and Stephanie yells, "And we need peanut butter and jelly and bread and carrots." Am I right?
Yeah. Wow.
And he does that collapsing on the stair rail because he's so exhausted.
Yeah.
And as much as I kind of wanted to graze past the scene because it's kind of, it's one of those, I don't even know what kind of...
It irritated you.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those, not slapstick, because that's not the right phrase, but it's just a stupid humor thing.
Yeah.
But this scene is like my very life. I kid you not, I don't sit in my furniture more than 5 minutes at a time without, can we get some popcorn? Can we get some pot or some water?
It's a real thing.
And then the kids will ask for popcorn. I'll get it, make it, come back. Then they want water or whatever, pop. So I go get that. And then when I bring it back, then I'm doing something for myself for a second. And then they spill the pop.
Oh, you gotta clean it up.
So, yeah, this is my life.
We gotta get your kids off this popcorn.
Yeah. Oh, it's horrible. It's every night. Seriously.
And I bet it gets everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, it does. It's horrible.
You just keep pounding popcorn down their mouths.
Yeah.
They love popcorn.
Shut up. Just eat this popcorn.
Just eat this popcorn.
Leave me alone.
I can't wait to get to that point. I got Full House and Family Matters to watch. Eat your popcorn.
So new scene. Jesse's coming up the stairs with arms full and pops on his head.
Yeah, it's a whole 6-pack. It would have been pop for me. It would have been a 6-pack of beer.
Yeah, he has that already in his mini fridge in his room.
Yeah, Joey already has it in his stomach. Yeah. He's already consumed it.
Joey's got his flask hidden away. And so now Jesse's upstairs, and the girls now want to watch it downstairs. And he kind of throws a little fit, but then the girls finally help give him a hand as Joey comes out of the nursery, and he's like, "Jesse, I need you in the nursery." And Jesse comes in there while Joey's saying, please don't be sick. So stupid. And apparently Joey heard Michelle cough and says they need to bring her down. They end up needing to bring her down to watch the fight. Jesse brings her down.
Please don't be sick. We got to watch the fight.
Yeah.
Stupid baby.
Yeah, Jesse brings her down, and while they're going downstairs, you hear her do a...
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
It's like a grown man trying to be a baby cough. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, and Jesse asks the girls if they've ever heard that kind of cough before. And Stephanie says, it sounds like a hairball. And Jesse laughs, saying, babies don't get hairballs. And then he kind of looks over at Joey, and he's like, do babies get hairballs?
What?
And Joey just shrugs.
Yeah, I was actually wondering the same thing. Do baby get hairballs?
No.
Because
I guess if they lick enough hair.
Because so I have 2 dogs, so it's hard. I mean, hair, dog
Hair gets everywhere, yeah.
So it's like, oh man, like I'm constantly sweeping, vacuuming. I'm like, I don't want my baby to get a hairball,
Right.
right?
Yeah, well.
So, but now I'm wondering, wait, is Full House telling me babies don't get hairballs, so I don't have to worry at all?
They didn't make that clear. I'll tell you,
I'm looking for life facts,
Yeah.
and I'm not getting them.
They've taught us everything we know to this point, except for this
that.
one thing.
I'll just keep sweeping and vacuuming.
Yeah, I would recommend it. But now they hear that Danny's on the TV, so they forget about the sick baby and sit down.
I would too.
Yeah. And he's now in the locker room where he's about to interview the boxer, former heavyweight champion of the world, Reggie the Sandman Martin.
Woo!
So
do you think he was a real boxer?
No.
Okay.
But, I mean, I could fall for it. He looked boxer-esque.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah, so he's warming up with the coach. He's kind of doing those...
Yeah.
And Danny's first question is, why the comeback? He has plenty of money and has been retired for 2 years. Why does he miss it? Is it that he misses wearing the shorts? And
It's Danny.
yeah, the trainer quick interrupts and he says, it's about pride and respect.
You sound just like him.
Yeah, being the best boxer ever.
The trainer is a short guy,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That just, I mean, he looks like your typical trainer back in the 80s.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The big old glasses and he's got like the sports coat over the top.
Yeah.
Probably says trainer on the back.
Yep.
Yeah, so he says, that, and Danny gets the Sandman to finally answer, and the Sandman jokingly says, okay, I miss wearing the shorts. And then Danny laughs, and awkwardly, it's like he laughs about that joke, and then he, opens his coat to show off the tie tag. And it's, super awkward. Cause,
It is.
And, even the boxer and the trainer, look over at him. And Stephanie's thrilled that her dad just showed off the tie tack. And then the Sandman kind of makes a joke about it or something. I can't remember what he says. But
Damn it, I wish I would.
It's not that funny. He just says, what the hell you got wearing? He doesn't say hell, but what are you wearing there? And Danny gives a plug to his daughters, talking about each one for a second. And he's like, my daughter DJ gave me this tie, and my daughter Stephanie made this cool tie tack for me, and my daughter Michelle, she's just a baby, so whatever she can give me, I don't want, or whatever. Seriously, this is his first opportunity.
And he wants to talk about his kids.
He turns it on to his kids.
For once, he's actually thinking about his kids.
Oh, that's
wow.
good. That is good.
Wow.
Danny then turns to Sandman and says, you probably haven't seen much of your family during the last 3 months training. And the trainer Lou does a little plug about how tough his camp is. You can't, no women, no families. We gotta train.
It's all about boxing.
Yeah, boxing night and day. And Sandman says, "I'm sorry, I've been so busy, Marcy. I love you, honey." I love it. I love the little. Yes. So Danny smiles and he says, I'm glad you and your wife remain such good friends, considering... And Sandman's like,
oh, no.
Considering what?
Oh, no.
He gets all pissed. And Lou, the trainer, keeps trying to change the subject. And Sandman's like, no, I want him to explain. And he picks him up in the air. And
he picks Danny up?
Yeah. He picks Danny up in the air and he says, well, explain yourself. Danny says, well, she moved out. He says, well, I can't find out. I can't fight now that I just found out that my wife walked out on me.
Oh, no.
And he turns to Danny and he's pissed and he's like ready to fight Danny now.
Oh. Danny needs a good ass whipping.
He does. And Danny just tells him, it's been in all the newspapers and media and a made-for-TV movie. Like, really? In 3 months that he's been training, this movie's already in the works.
Wow! I didn't know. And Sandman's that popular?
This is a big story, yeah. And the Sandman starts breaking down, crying.
Oh, no.
As Danny's like consoling him, and then he's like, best of luck on tonight's fight, Sandman. And Sandman looks up like horrified. He's, I can't fight. And everyone in the locker room is like pushing him out the door. And the commercial break happens with Danny like he's terrified of what just happened. And when we get back from the commercial, Stephanie, we're in the living room where Stephanie asks the guys, she says, what happens now? And Uncle Jesse says, well, 2 grown men fight for 36 minutes and then the winner gets $6 million. And Stephanie says, forget being a ballerina. So she wants to be a boxer now.
Oh, okay. She could be.
Yeah. We'll see where her hopes and dreams go from here on out. But Joey suggests they shouldn't watch all this violence. And they decide to go watch reruns of the A-Team in the kitchen.
That's awesome. Wait, they have a TV in the kitchen?
Well, I think they brought one down for the fight.
Okay.
And they had TVs everywhere for this fight.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
Which doesn't make sense because they didn't have a TV when Jesse was running back and forth.
Yeah, why wouldn't they just eat all the snacks in the kitchen?
Yeah. It was late. It was late at night.
If they were the Winslows, they would definitely be in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah, they'd be in the kitchen all day.
Yeah.
Now, like right when the girls leave, Michelle again, and Joey picks up the phone to call the baby's doctor, and apparently the doctor asks what kind of cough.
Oh no,
Jesse's annoyed at the question, and he coughs into the phone.
I would be too.
Yeah, and so he's like pissed that he asks the question, and Joey grabs the phone and goes, "Doctor, I'm sorry, I do impressions for a living, and it was more like,
of course,
and
of course."
And Jesse's annoyed again, and he grabs the phone, he puts it in Michelle's face, kind of, and he's like, "Cough," and she doesn't, and he's like, it's just like when you take your car to the auto repair shop. It doesn't do it. And the doctor explains how to take her temperature. Like, he tells them they need to take her temperature and see if she has a fever. And he explains how. It's not how Uncle Jesse thought it was.
Not in the old mouth?
No, not in the old mouth.
So up the old pooper scooper?
Yep. And he says, Joey, that's your job.
I'm like Uncle Jesse.
Yeah.
Honestly. It's really funny. We actually took my son AJ's temperature the other week.
Okay.
And I looked at Megan, and I literally said the same thing. Meg, that's your job.
Yeah.
I am not going to do that.
Yeah, no,
I can't do that.
No, that's awkward.
Like, when my son grows up to be a man, am I going to be like, pat him on the shoulder, be like, I'm going to tell you something. I shoved a thermometer up your butt. Like, no, I don't want to say that to my son.
That's not, I don't know why you'd have to say that to your son.
I mean, but still, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. So now we're in the bathroom, and they had just taken her temperature, and they have like oven mitts or so, like not oven mitts, but some kind of thing over their hand, holding the thermometer.
I'm with them.
Yeah, and it's normal. It's just a cold since there's no fever. And they just need to give the medicine he prescribed for her last.
Wait, the doctor's still on the phone, or
no? He
gave him the advice.
Yeah,
okay.
He's saying if there's no temperature, if she doesn't have a
Give him some
fever.
cough medicine.
Yep. Give her the old cough medicine.
I thought back in the day, back in the 80s, you just give them some whiskey under the lips and they're good to go.
I'm surprised Joey didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Here, take
Whip
a
out
sip
the old
of
flask.
this. Speaking of flasks, I have a Full House flask. Why haven't I not brought
Wait,
that?
what?
Yeah. Tara got it for me. Tara's a
Wow.
common theme on this, my
Wow.
sister. But yeah, she got me a Full House
This is
flask.
like Tara's breakout episode here.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah, you better whip it out next week.
Yeah. So Joey goes through the medicine cabinet in the bathroom to get the cold medicine, which, if you remember from quite a few weeks ago now, the Tanners keep their medicines in the bathroom,
Yeah.
whereas the Winslows keep theirs in the kitchen.
Yeah. See?
I'm on the Winslow side.
I'm on the Tanner side.
No,
You keep the medicine in the bathroom.
Oh.
Well, where's your medicine again?
In my kitchen, we have a whole cabinet that's full of vitamins and medicines. And
You guys don't know what you're doing.
And for the Tanners, I'm surprised they have it in the bathroom. Little Stephanie is in there all the time, and DJ could want to get hopped up on pills.
And cough medicine, I guess. Right?
Yeah, cough medicine. Come on, these guys aren't thinking.
I actually, mine is in the hallway closet.
Okay. Yeah, so you're a liar. You just said it was in the bathroom.
I love my Advil.
Okay.
My Tylenol and Advil is in the
bathroom?
Yeah.
Weird.
The kitchen? Where the hell am I going to put it in my kitchen? I got spices and herbs.
You find a spot.
And dishes. This is going to be
I can't wait to
thing.
find out how many times they go for medicine to point it out.
Yes, I'm pissed off about this. I'm pissed off about your house and how you have it set up right now.
Yes.
When you guys are gone on vacation one time, I'm going to rearrange your freaking house how I want it to be, how it should be.
Anyways, we're getting way off track here. So Joey's going through the cabinet, and he says, we got strawberry mousse, apricot conditioner, honey nut rinse. Can you believe the girls put all this dumb junk in their hair? And meanwhile, Jesse's like looking all like
It's
nervous. Yeah, and he goes, it's mine. So he finds the cough syrup as DJ and Stephanie come in to say Danny will be back on soon. And Michelle, they try and feed her the cough syrup, and she flips it at Joey, and it lands on his nose.
It's all jelly, too.
I know, it's gross. It was not.
It's been sitting in there since 1970.
Yeah, that was actually DJ's old cough medicine when she was a baby. But new scene, we're down in the kitchen. They're trying to trick her into taking medicine, and it's not working. And now Danny's on, and we hear from Danny that the Sandman has been KO'd.
No.
Yeah, Danny goes on a rant about how this is a blameless defeat, and no one should be guilty of the Sandman not being on his game tonight. And now reporters run into where Danny is, and they're like shoving the mics in his face. And they're like, how does it feel to have been the reason for a crushing blow to a man's career?
Oh, no!
And they're continually questioning him as he's like stuttering around the questions. And the Sandman is being taken back to the locker room, and he's yelling, I want him! I want Danny Tanner! And Danny starts to walk into the locker room to apologize. And as he's walking in, all the reporters are like, ooh. And he does apologize to the Sandman, and the Sandman, like, immediately, I thought it was weird, because, like, he's like, I'm so sorry. And the Sandman's like, it's okay. Like, here he just said, I want him. And then he immediately...
he immediately apologized, and it's like, it's no big deal.
Yeah. And the Sandman says, at least someone had the guts to tell me about my wife.
Losing trouble.
Yeah.
Losing trouble.
And he says, do you know why she left me? And Danny says, it's probably because they haven't seen each other in 3 to 4 months, and they may have lost some intimacy. And now Sandman turns to Lou and sort of basically yells at him for not telling him. And then he turns to the cameras to talk to Marcy, and He says, I'll do anything to win you back. My Marcy Poo, my Marcy. And then he turns to Lou and he says, you're fired. And Lou says, Tana, this whole thing is your fault.
Boston accent.
Yeah. And he punches him, and you think Danny's going to be hurt.
Yeah.
But then Lou goes, oh! His hands hurt. And immediately Danny opens his coat, and he points to the tie tack.
Thanks, Stephanie!
Yeah, he does say thanks, Stephanie. And then it comes back to the Tanner's house, and she goes, you're welcome, Daddy.
She's so cute.
She is. And now we're back in the Tanner's house, and the girls want to stay up till Daddy gets home, but Joey and Jesse refuse and send them to bed. Try to give Michelle more medicine. I find it weird that Michelle constantly is up while they're sending the older girls to bed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Get this damn baby to bed.
Exactly.
What time is it?
Yeah. Well,
fights are late at night.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be late, but the sick baby, we're going to keep her up.
Keep her up all night.
Why don't you try and put her to sleep instead of watching this fight, and maybe her cold will go away.
Stupid.
Anyways.
These two still don't know how to take care of a baby.
They're clueless. And so Joey's trying to do airplanes with it. And he doesn't do that noise as good as the...
You know what I was going to bring up for us tonight?
What?
I thought it would have been funny if we would have just pounded cough medicine, a whole bottle of cough medicine tonight. I was like,
dangerous.
That would have been dangerous. But I thought it would have been funny if we would have with real cough medicine.
That's true. It could have been good.
Yeah.
Speaking of medicines, remember when we were at your house and we bought some for some reason you had Tums.
Oh, Tums. The Tums.
And Chris, our friend Chris, ate like the whole thing of Tums.
Yeah.
Then he had a huge stomachache.
Yeah.
So maybe having a bunch of cough medicine.
Tums are really good though.
They are.
Yeah.
They're
better than Rolaids. Tums are like candy.
They are. Anyways, Joey does the airplanes.
I forgot about that.
He's saying it tastes really good, and he gives a spoonful to Uncle Jesse, who was like creepily over. Yeah. Uncle Jesse's like grossed out. But Joey says, smile, the baby's watching. and he's like, now she's waiting for her Uncle Jesse to swallow. And she's not buying it. And Jesse says, enough of this nonsense. He tries to be more forceful. And
you're going to take this medicine and you're going to like it.
Yeah, and he gives it to her and she takes it pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
And they do a little high five behind her back. Ooh, yeah. And so they got her with their medicine. All good. Now we're seeing Danny walk in to the living room slowly and sad. And he just climbs like knees up on the couch, and then he just face first into the couch. And Joey rushes in, and Danny's kind of saying something, and Joey says, Michelle's gonna be fine. And Danny's like, starts freaking out, and they all rush upstairs where Uncle Jesse is snuggling with Michelle, and he's singing with her with the vaporizer going like right on him.
Yeah.
Like, geez, how bad do they think this cough actually is?
Sounds like a normal cough to me.
Sounded like she's just clearing her throat, really. But
got some hairballs in that household.
Yeah, with no pets.
Well, Uncle Jesse's here.
Uncle Jesse's here. I thought you were going to say Bubba.
I love that amphibian.
But I did find it was super adorable because Uncle Jesse's singing. I don't know what song he was singing.
Oh, you don't? I don't either. I really was hoping you would know. You think it was an Elvis song?
It might have been.
Yeah.
He sings, and then Michelle kind of does a little singing back. It's really cute, actually, and I don't really think Michelle's that cute.
Yeah.
But I thought that was
cute. That's why I don't remember it all, because I probably just was like,
tuned her out. Yeah. But Danny quickly grabs Michelle up and asks, what's wrong? And the guys explain all that
chill
happened.
out.
Yeah. And Danny's like, she should have some fluids. And they're like,
done.
Maybe we should call her doctor.
Done.
She needs cough medicine.
Done.
Danny's impressed and says, how about changing her diaper?
Good night.
And they leave. So Danny's actually got to be a parent and take care of a diaper. But now it's a bit later in the kitchen, and Danny says Michelle is now fast asleep, and she sounds much better.
Yes.
And he tells them...
In one day. In one evening.
In one evening. Probably like just an hour.
Yeah.
She's already better. Probably wasn't sick in the first place.
No. Just a cough. You know, I mean, I hate to go back to my personal life, but,
Right.
I mean, my son coughs right now just to get attention, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's probably what she's doing. They probably never give Michelle attention,
Yeah.
so she's coughing to get attention,
Yeah,
right?
probably.
Yeah, I mean, that's what my son does.
Yeah.
I mean, but I give him tons of attention, though.
Yeah.
Unlike those two
Goons.
goons.
Yeah. Yeah, they, or Danny then tells them that they did an amazing job tonight taking care of things.
Did they high five again behind Danny's back
No.
like they did Michelle?
But they say they finally learned how to take care of a kid, which I beg to differ.
I don't think so.
But then the guys like say, I love that we love that cute little girl or whatever, and then they're like, achoo! So they got so maybe she really was sick. I don't know. But Danny explains that he came home really down on himself, but once he heard Michelle was sick, it made him put it all back into perspective, and he realized what is important again: his family and friends. And Joey says, "Good. So you forgot all about the nightmare of an interview?"
Damn.
Danny says, "Up until you kindly brought it up again." And then he's like, how bad was that? And they basically all say he was horrible, in other words. And Danny says, isn't this where you guys are supposed to give me a nice pep talk? And they're kind of like, after we had to deal with the sick kid, I don't got the energy. And then Joey does some weird little like, it's brewing, I feel it coming, it's there, pep. And then he goes,
What?
yes.
So stupid.
And then he goes on a little pep talk, kind of like he's a trainer. He gets up and in a gruff voice, he's behind Danny, and he's
Trying to be Lou, huh?
yeah. He's like, you had one rough night. There's always bumps along the way. The key, Danny, is to learn from all the bumps to be better prepared for the next time. And then he kind of sits down, and then seriously, he says, because there will be other chances. Because you care about more than just scores and stats. You care about the people. And
Wait, there was no music?
no, there was no sentimental music.
Sentimental music?
No, it was
Wow.
just straight up. Straight
Oh,
up.
all right. Well, I mean, the band was ready to play the intermittent music.
Yeah. You guys could have left after
Sorry.
Family Matters one.
Sorry. Wow. I kept you guys around because I thought there was, but...
No, not this time. But now the guys reminisce about the interview where the guy, and they're like, my favorite part was where the coach punched you in the stomach, and mine was how you brought tears to the Sandman's eyes. And Danny finishes by saying, my favorite part was when I said there was no one to blame. I loved how bad that was. And then it's kind of like playing the music to end, and it ends with Uncle Jesse and Joey like punching at Danny, and Jesse's like doing a weird twirl. Do you remember that?
No,
he's slapping Danny's head, and he like slaps it and then spins around and then slaps it and spins around. It's so weird.
No, damn it! I wish I wish I would have remembered that.
So weird. And then that's the end.
That's the end, huh?
Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest. I really didn't like this episode at all.
No,
I think this was one of the worst we've done so far.
Yeah,
I think between the two episodes, I enjoyed reviewing them, but not watching them was they just weren't that good. But
no, I sped through Full House.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's just there's no point.
No, yeah. This one had no point.
No character.
What was the rating on this one again?
7. I think it should have been worse than Sea Cruise.
Yeah, I thought it should have been like a 4.1.
Yeah.
Sea Cruise was amazing.
It
But
was.
anyways, what
All right, so now
you got for me?
A little trivia. The actor who played Sandman, it wasn't a boxer.
Okay.
Similar to The Thrill, wasn't a basketball player. It was Ernie Hudson, who is best known for his role as Winston Zeddemore on Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2.
Is that really? Okay.
So I may have said Zeddemore wrong. I've never seen Ghostbusters. I'm
no?
gonna be
Okay.
honest. I'm not
gonna lie. He looked familiar, but I could not place him. And I'm because I just watched Ghostbusters probably a month ago.
Really?
So and then I watched this episode. So no, I that's something I had no clue.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, that was him. And
I could not place him.
So he was the Sandman on Full House between the two Ghostbusters. Ghostbuster 1, or Ghostbusters, the original, was 1984. This episode is 1987. And Ghostbusters 2 was 1989.
Oh,
so right smack dab in the middle.
That's so stupid. I should have probably known that was him.
Yeah. He will also reprise his role in the upcoming Ghostbusters Afterlife, which is actually coming out this November.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I don't know anything about the
we'll have to watch
Ghostbusters
it.
films, but yeah.
You've never watched Ghostbusters?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I gotta get. I don't know. I might have to.
Yeah,
after
you gotta
this.
watch it.
I don't
That's
know.
like a movie from our childhood.
Yeah. Cult classic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Who are you?
I don't know.
You know the Ghostbusters theme song?
Ghostbusters!
Ghostbusters!
Yes. Also, go along on the Ghostbusters theme,
Really?
Dave Coulier, Joey,
Yeah.
was the voice of Peter Venkman on the Real Ghostbusters show.
Yeah.
It's like a cartoon.
The cartoon show.
Yeah, he was the voice of Peter Venkman for seasons 3 through 7.
Really?
So
I did not know that either.
They aren't. I mean, they aren't.
You didn't watch
related.
the cartoon of that either?
No. I'm too busy with Full House and Family Matters.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I can't do that. This one isn't.
Disappointed in you.
This isn't quite trivia at all, but I just thought it was weird that Sandman's opponent was never mentioned.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Like, you would think they might say, like, a real boxer if they're not going to have a... you would think they'd just... Because, like, with The Thrill on Family Matters, they mentioned the Bulls and the Pacers or whatever they mentioned, but this didn't mention any type of opponent. And then also, again, not trivia, but I thought it was kind of cool that at the end of the episode, Uncle Jesse is drinking out of a mug that says, "I heart my uncle."
Yeah.
And I just thought that was kind of cool that they thought that far ahead, or they thought that much to at least incorporate some.
That was something I was going to talk about too, because I have a mug.
Oh, you have a mug that says "I heart my uncle."
Yep.
No, nice,
Yep.
nice.
So,
all right.
so I mean, we're the same person.
That's true. Gosh, it's getting creepy.
Yeah, it is.
But so, what's in the mind of Alex in this episode?
Okay, not a lot here.
Okay. All right. Well,
so the Sandman. Mm-hmm. I cannot think of the song, The Sandman. How the song The Sandman
Mr.
went.
Sandman, bring me a dream. Dum bum bum bum.
So that the whole damn time I'm watching the show, I'm thinking of that song. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, what is that song? And I was too lazy to look it up on my phone.
Right.
I mean, I figured I'd just leave it up to you.
Great song.
Yeah, it's a great song. That's literally. Yeah, and I just, it was an okay episode. I was wondering where Stephanie made the tie tack.
Yeah, probably at school. You said it earlier.
Is that what I said earlier? That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking. The whole time I was watching the episode, I was like, it had to have been at school, right? Yeah. And also, the mannequin. Was that brought up at all?
No, I didn't bring it up. But
Well, I mean, did you know? Was it
in the background of the very beginning, he was wearing the same thing Joey was
Same thing?
wearing.
Okay.
Joey had the robe over a T-shirt,
But the T-shirts
and the
were
T-shirts
the
were the same. Yeah.
same. Okay, I'm just keeping you on your toes.
Yeah, mannequin is...
Because one
sold
time
out.
they're going to mess up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe I should get a mannequin in here.
We probably could dress the Santa up as you.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea.
No, we need a mannequin.
Yeah. I can find one. Don't worry.
So the next episode of Full House is Jesse's Girl.
Jesse's Girl. My voice just cracked. Oh,
I wish that I had Jesse's girl. I cannot find a woman like that.
I'm
That's the episode.
okay, so
I'm excited. Who's the girl?
you know what's the best part though? Is that our stats, our check sheet is gonna get higher.
Yeah. We didn't check anybody off. Eddie had no girls, and Jesse had no
didn't
girls.
have any girls.
Rare,
Whoa.
rare episode.
You know what they missed though? It could have been Jesse hanging out with the Sandman's wife.
Oh, that would
Think about that.
That would have been a good one.
They missed it.
Missed opportunity.
That episode would have been a lot better.
Yeah, it would have been. All righty. Well, so thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of TGIF Renegades.
Coming at you!
Like I said at the top of the episode, that we're so thankful that you gave us a listen out of all the places you could have listened to. Round of applause to you, especially if you stuck it out to this point.
Yeah.
To hear our ramblings on. But again, you can catch us anywhere that you can listen to podcasts, pretty much.
And you can check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
Yep. And we
Twitter
also,
too, right?
Twitter too, and we have Twitter too.
Man, we are all over the place
and
now.
We have our own website, TGIFrenegades.com is the one-stop shop to find out where you can listen, where you can check out pictures of us or whatever is happening on social media.
And everything else is TGIF Renegades too for social media.
Yep. Anything. You Google TGIF Renegades and you'll come up with most likely us.
You get to see the behind-the-scenes pictures of, I mean, like this week you're going to see Kenny's amazing tie.
My birthday gift.
Yeah, his
I'm
birthday
excited.
gift. Yeah.
That's
in the studio.
Yeah, in the nice camper.
So like we always say,
Thank
God,
it's
Friday! Hey Kenny, grab me another beer.